The Truth by Calvin Life. Chapter 2, Power. Picture, if you will, a professional heavyweight boxer in the ring fighting against a 9-year-old child, the child being armed with an AK-47. This is a perfect example of personal power versus positional power. There are but two types of power: personal power and the power of position. There's an infinite variation of the two, but in the end there are only two types. Personal power comes from within and is similar to what the character from the 1977 movie Scarface exuded. He developed a code of ethics that he'd adhere to with a profound discipline no matter what position he was in. All he had was his balls and his word, in which he refused to break either for anyone. This is just one example of many ways that people develop personal power. Once an individual has acquired this power, it emanates from them when they enter a room. This power usually derives from an authentic and honest form of self-expression based on strict and logical guidelines. One who is keeping it real, as they say. People will often wonder what it is about the person that invokes such respect, fear, or admiration, and oftentimes attempt to dress, behave, or even talk like that person in a vain attempt to acquire that power. But personal power cannot be mimicked. Those who try to mimic will be immediately recognized as a fraud. The power position is something everyone experiences at one point or another. It can be extremely frustrating being on the losing end of this position. At times when on the winning end, we aren't even aware. We've all had our heart broken at one point by someone who was completely oblivious to the power that they wielded over us, and then vice versa. We've all surely been the heartbreaker at some point in time. What about the incompetent boss who has the authority to fire an employee at will and holds this power over their head like an axe? Or someone pointing a loaded gun at you while you're completely unarmed would definitely be in a position of power. Now, whether they had the personal power to pull the trigger would depend on the gunman's backbone and code of ethics. It's sad to say a tremendous amount of imbeciles are deliberately placed in positions of power as to not be a threat to the person that put them there, who, by the way, often lacks personal power.